Wow. Terence Bud Crawford attends Errol Spence Jr fight, and new leak footage shows that there was an altercation that broke up amongst Terence Crawford, his crew, and Errol Spence fans, Dallas fans, Texan fans, whatever you want to call them. We're going to go over the tape, kind of talk about what led to this moment. Crawford was in attendance, and it looked like it was close to coming to blows. New leak tape has surfaced, a lot to unpack. Obviously, people are talking recently, Errol Spence looked good versus Danny Garcia. This was all at the AT&T Stadium in Dallas, y'all. Smash the like button. Stay tuned. You definitely don't want to miss this video. Yo, we back. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the Super Chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, the Cash App, and the Patreon family. We working Cash App, $Boxingego. Let's jump straight into it. Errol Spence had a fight with Danny Garcia. Most of you guys, sounds like, watched it or know the results. And he looked good. He looked sharp, man down. It was in his home. You know, he's not from Arlington where the Cowboys play, but he's from Texas. So he's from Dallas. And Terence Crawford was I guess, interested spectator, whatever you want to call him. So him and a few of his family and crew rolled up to the fight, wanted to see a good fight, and an altercation, you know, nearly ensued. We're going to kind of talk about that. And this is a retelling of fighter Steve Nelson, who trains in Crawford's gym and is buddies with Crawford. And he said that basically, as you guys will hear, that they had to almost fight their way out because Dallas fans or Errol Spence fans were like angry or whatever happened. And I'll let you guys listen.
It was more so the fans. They jumped on us. They surrounded us and was like, "Hey, Errol gonna knock you out, bud." Crazy atmosphere. I'm like, damn, we got to brawl. I'm thinking we got to fight, man. I'm like, we got to fight our way out of here, dog. Dude told me, yeah, you in Arrow City now. Yeah, I'm like, man, it's 5 of us against the whole city.
They don't know 2 of y'all boxers again.
Right. I was like, whatever we got to do, you know what I mean? But
wow. So you just heard it himself. I'll put the link in the description. That was Terence Crawford's stablemate friend, Steve Nelson, fighter. He also signed with Top Rank. And he said people were like, yeah, you in Errol Spence's city now. You know, you in Dallas. And he said he thought he really was going to have to fight his way out. So the video wasn't out immediately. So, you know, it's just the story and the retelling. But now your man Boxingego has obtained a copy of the footage. And crazy enough, this is not the first time in Texas this has happened. This has happened to Terence Crawford before from, I guess, triggered Errol Spence fans, Texan fans, or whatever you want to call. And that's what we're going to talk about. So let's head over that. I've obtained a copy of some of the solicitors and spectators that had captured some of these moments in Texas. And I'm going to coach y'all through this. Smash the like button. So this is Terence Crawford and I guess a couple of his people and family or whatnot when they were walking with Maurice Hooker. Because Errol Spence is friends with Maurice Hooker, but so is Terence Crawford. And Maurice Hooker is training out of, or was training out of Crawford's gym. I'm not sure since he signed to the PBC. I don't know if that has changed, but he was training with Bomac, Crawford's longtime friend, manager, and trainer. And this footage is from not the Errol Spence Danny Garcia fight, which we'll get to. This fight is previously in Dallas. I'm just showing you that there is a history of this. Like Crawford, you know, he's a millionaire fighter. So this is what happens when he went to Dallas. Like, fans are taunting him or whatever. And this right here is a different angle. So you see fans like dudes throwing something up, walking with Crawford, and the fans is yelling at him and waving, putting their hands up. It's crazy. See? They had to pull Crawford, had to pull his man. You see, Crawford had to pull his man back. Or Crawford, I think Crawford's girl or somebody. They had to pull. Look, he sees him arguing with the fans. This is not the Errol Spence fight. But listen, this is him in Texas. And then his man was arguing with fans because he walked by. Wow. Now you see Crawford, some fans are, just boxing fans showing him love dapping. So he dapped somebody. This is at the Maurice Hooker Jose Ramirez fight, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know what, the fans is going crazy. I'm trying to make sense of this. If you look at Crawford, he said, "I'll F you up, I'll smoke you." I don't know who, I guess somebody was talking ill to Crawford, so he said, "I'll F you, I'll smoke you." I don't know what the tension is. This is crazy. Look at Crawford. Someone called him P word. This is crazy. And he's grabbing his man. Crazy. You see, he said Errol Spence. Like, oh man, these Texan fans are crazy, bro. You see that? They repping Errol hard in Texas. Wow. And like, props to Crawford. He said, "I F you up." Crawford's a true fighter because he in there with a mob of people. Like, obviously there's stands and stuff like that, but we see this energy all the time for Crawford. He said to Jose Benavidez famously, "Focus on your fight before you don't make it to your fight." I believe that was in Texas too. So, Crawford, he poked his chest out and, he's going back at it with the fans. But somebody just said they repped and banged Errol Spence. They say, Errol Spence, listen. We here! We here! Super hard stop with the two. See? He said Errol Spence. He you see, and then Crawford left. Like, he's walking out. He got, I don't know if he's leaving. I don't know what. But the dude, they banging. Look at it. They angry. What the hell? See? This is not even the fight we're talking about. The title of the video. This ain't even the new clip. They keep saying Errol Spence. Like, man, these fans is tripping. Listen, I will say this, man. As a true, voice in this boxing game, that's not cool. That's not cool when the fans, first of all, these guys are combat fighters. I don't know if people are drunk and stuff like that, but we shouldn't disrespect the fighters. Like, even if there's a grudge or whatever, we shouldn't be doing that. You know what I'm saying? As real fans, these guys are warriors and combatants and stuff. Like, I don't know. My thing is this, I don't know what happened. We're just knowing little snippets of videos and stuff, but it's crazy that, people from the internet or fans or whatever just walking around calling fighters names and out their name and stuff like that. But we'll keep going. I just had to, make that side note. We should definitely, can't we all just get along? We should definitely show respect to these fighters that entertain us and things like that, despite little rivalries and stuff. Like, people are making this into something crazy. But let's keep But you do see Crawford's crew like egging it on a little bit. And see, that's what we'll get to in a second. They like, yeah. Like, so they rowdy too. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, sometimes we'll keep going. Like, I don't feel like when you at a away game, I don't know if this is the right energy. You know what I'm saying? Because you're always going to be outnumbered. And Texas is a different animal. Like, I don't know everyone's ethnicity, but these guys, they could be whatever, but they don't look like they're necessarily African-American guys. You know, they may be Hispanic, Latino, whatever, and they repping Errol tough in Texas. You see that. So it's like, black and brown people are getting down for Errol. You see it. They really representing what they That was the first time. Now, this is last weekend in Dallas when Terence Crawford and his entourage popped in. This is Dallas, and post-fight Errol Spence said, I don't even know why he showed up at my fight. I probably wouldn't go to his fights. And this is what happened in the Danny Garcia fight in the crowd.
Hold on. What he doing?
And keep in mind, this is what Terence Crawford's own boy did the interview and said, I thought we was going to have to fight our way out of this. Everyone was in Dallas like, you in Errol City. Just listen. And I'm not saying I'm condoning any of this. This is all on the internet, This anybody can see. It's public domain.
What he doing? What he doing?
See, it sounds. Someone said we're gonna knock you out. I don't know if they talking about Errol's gonna knock you out or what, but it's getting funky.
What he doing? What happened? What happened? What happened?
We're just coming into it, so he's like, "What happened? What happened?" He said, "I don't know if he said I'm gonna knock you out or Errol or I don't know."
It's a whole lot. Hey, y'all in Dallas, y'all better understand. What he doing?
See, he said y'all in Dallas.
What happened? What happened?
Somebody said I'm gonna knock you out. You better stop that ish. I don't know. I don't know what was going on.
What he doing? What he doing?
Listen.
What he doing? What happened? What happened? What happened? Hey, no, it is up. It's a whole lot. Hey, y'all in Dallas, y'all better understand. Hey.
Hold on. So I'm trying to make this make sense. I don't know if Crawford's team, because it looked like someone on Crawford's team said, you better stop that. We gonna knock you out. I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know if he didn't like being filmed. That's what maybe it was. It looked like Crawford.
What happened? What happened? What happened? Hey, no, it is up. It's a whole lot. Hey, y'all in Dallas, y'all better understand. Hey, I get it popping in this business.
See, I don't know, man. This is confusing. This dude said, stop that ish, you get knocked out. So I thought that was someone from Dallas. So maybe that was Crawford's entourage. Let me know how you interpret it in the comment section.
What happened? Hey, no, it is up. It's a whole lot. Hey, y'all in Dallas, y'all better understand. Hey, I get it popping in this business. Hey, I'll knock your ass out in this hole. Hey, it's a whole lot.
See, that's Crawford. See, now this dude start getting turned. Oh, wow.
Y'all better understand. Hey, I'll get it popping in this bitch. I'll knock your ass out in this hoe. Hey, it's a whole lot of teams missing in this hoe. For real. Yeah, hey, I'm telling you, it is what it is. Okay.
See, someone say, y'all don't want no smoke. See, see, it's getting all the way.
What he doing? What he doing? What he doing?
Knock your ass out. Stop that shit.
What happened? What happened? What happened? Hey, nah, it is up. It's a whole lot. Hey, y'all in Dallas, y'all better understand. Hey, I'll get it popping in this bitch. I'll knock your ass out in this hoe. Hey, it's a whole lot of teams missing in this hoe. For real. Yeah, hey, I'm telling you, it is what it is. Okay. Yeah, y'all in Dallas. Yeah, this Dallas. Facts, this Dallas. Okay, long as we know this EJ City. This EJ City.
See, he said, as long as we know this is EJ City. This is EJ, Errol Spence. Wow.
Okay, long as we know this EJ City. This EJ City. This EJ City.
Man, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. It's getting all the way, like, fans is going all the way in. The man said, this is EJ City. This is EJ City. Like, wow. I don't know, man. Y'all let me know in the comment section, but that video just leaked. Errol Spence obviously whooped Danny Garcia. He definitely has some ride or die fans. Listen, I can vouch for this. Texas is a real place. You know, they got real passionate people, real sports fans, from college football, high school football, all the way to the pros. Errol Spence, they haven't had nobody out of Dallas like Errol Spence in a while. Houston got the Charlo brothers. You know, I'm from the Bay. You know, I'm from California, so I've been blessed to travel, and I touch foot in different, you know, both places in Texas, like Houston and Dallas. You know, just real passionate fans. You know, they were showing your boy Boxingego love. So the thing that, you know, me just being an outsider, I don't know, because it's hard when the cameras just cut on. I don't know what was said before, after, so I can't really break down what I wasn't present for. But these clips are like floating around and stuff, and, you know, a lot of this stuff is sent to me. And I will say this, though. Terence Crawford, it's possibly the energy that he coming to Texas with. You know, I don't know for a fact, but it's possible. What I mean is this. I guess when they showed Terence Crawford's picture, apparently the Dallas crew or like fans booed him. And Terence Crawford, is one thing to want to fight with Errol Spence Jr., but I think a lot of people, especially some of the people I've met from Texas, is real heavy on respect. Like, you know what I mean? Just respect. You respect the city, you respect the state of Texas, respect my gangster. You know what I'm saying? Like, just show love when you out there, and when in Rome, do as Romans do. And I'm not saying you should tuck your tail no matter what city you go to, but Terence Crawford, from just the snippets that we do know, his crew seems like they're not de-escalating these situations, and in fact enhancing them or egging them on. Like, I seen his dudes throwing up shit and be like, yeah, and arguing with the fans and stuff. Sometimes you got to let people be people, because at the end of the day, and I'm not saying it, like, first of all, I'm not condoning that people disrespect fighters in any way. I don't think that's cool. You know, especially these are pro fighters. They'll probably whoop the average person. But with that being said, in Errol City, he got a lot of love. Crawford came in, first of all, he's already maybe looked at as ops because he's not aligned with PBC, so that could be a thing. But also the energy he brings, because on fight week, he was bad-mouthing Errol Spence Jr., and Sean Porter and Danny Garcia, saying stuff like Errol ain't only beat one guy. That might have people feeling like if they don't feel like Crawford, what he's saying is cool or realistic, they might look at that as like real disrespect. So going to the fight, you have to know that things like that, people might not be cool with how something was presented. This is just food for thought. I'm just giving y'all something to think about. Crawford did that video that I've examined, the Instagram live, and he said, man, who Errol beat? I don't need Errol. Like, he said these things publicly recently, like beyond just fighting. It's like, it's kind of like Tupac versus Biggie. The East Coast knew what it was coming to the West Coast, and the West Coast knew what it was going to the East Coast. You have to be cautious, be smart, be respectful, and stay out the way. And Crawford, I don't know. I'm not from Texas, so I can't really speak for the culture 1,000% other than having traveled there. But it might be the energy that Crawford brought into the equation. Because here's the thing, more food for thought. Sean Porter is Errol Spence's welterweight nemesis. He's Errol Spence's, a guy who's fought Errol Spence. Errol Spence and him battled and went to war. Things like that, right? And Sean Porter, I've watched Sean Porter walk through the crowd in Dallas at the fight when he was doing commentary. He had that green suit, remember? He had the green suit, and I watched him walk through the crowd at the Mikey Garcia fight. You know what I mean? And this, too, is somebody that Errol Spence has, he really has I guess you could say, a history with, or a rivalry. So Sean Porter and Spence have a rivalry, and I didn't see the Texan fans, and I'm not vouching for the behavior because I don't think it's cool to disrespect the fighters in that way. But what I'm saying is I've watched literally with my own two eyes. I was at Errol Spence, Mikey Garcia. I watched the fighters like David Benavidez. I have footage of him in the crowd and everyone's showing him love. But even in Errol Spence's own division, Sean Porter, based on his resume and who he's fought and stuff, people were showing him love, even though he was a rival. And even though the Mikey Garcia fight was before the first Sean Porter fight, Sean Porter was back in Texas doing commentary with Kate Abdo for the Danny Garcia fight. And we didn't hear of, at least me, I didn't hear of any kind of altercation Sean Porter had through the crowd. So sometimes you have to just look at all the variables and stuff like that. I don't know what made the crowd so mad, but you have to know what you put out. Maybe Dallas or the city felt you ain't been fair to Terence or Errol Spence, and that's their hometown hero. You know what I'm saying? And it would be the same thing if Derek James or Errol Spence went to Omaha. I don't know for a fact, but if it's just a beef, like two fighters need to fight type of thing, I don't know if Omaha would get at Derek James crazy and sideways, like, yeah, you in Omaha now. Like that, bro, they were sounding angry, and this is on multiple occasions. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know. I can't really speak on what it is. Maybe it's just drunk, crazy fans. But then we got to look at it from both sides. Maybe it's the behavior is being antagonized in some type of way, or they not feeling the energy you're putting out towards Errol Spence that they love dearly, and then you trying to show up at his fight with Danny Garcia or fights, in his state. So let me know what you guys think it is. I don't really know. I'm not the police, a judge, jury, executioner, so I don't know what it is, but it's getting crazy. Let's definitely keep this peaceful, keep it about what it's supposed to be about, boxing. Errol Spence clearly has a different level of love. He said himself he don't really know why Terence Crawford would even go to his fights. He said, I probably wouldn't even go to one of his fights, so I don't even know why he's here. And then you're getting into altercations or your crew or whatever, and he's like, yeah, you in EJ City. I didn't see him treat Mikey Garcia like this. I didn't see the crowd treat Sean Porter like this. Berto and these different people that are possible guys that Errol Spence may have to fight or in his division. You know what I'm saying? So just something to think about. But whatever, Texas, they got a lot of wild fans, as you guys seen from the clips. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know what it is or what it ain't. That's all I got to talk about. That was the leaked tape. We'll see. Manny Pacquiao and Errol Spence might get the fight. From what some of the people are hinting, Errol Spence responded. So I got a lot of videos to drop on the channel. I'll be busy working, closing the year strong. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you guys think on the content. If you have any ideas, things you want me to talk about. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego, signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.